All right, Vash Core. So it is time to review the Tree of Light. Is it good? Okay. This weapon is a beast. It's a beast. This sword is so good, man. It is so good. You don't even know. It's hilarious to think that when this sword came out, I reviewed it on a non-god rolled weapon, and my initial reaction was, "Oh, this thing sucks. What a piece of garbage." Garbage, but no. Nah, bruh. I was wrong back then, and I realized the error of my ways pretty quickly after that, and I was like, holy cow, man, this weapon, this is just absolutely insane. Like, this is a legit superstar weapon. It has all kinds of amazing tools, and we're going to cover all of it to showcase exactly why this sword is so nuts. All right, guys, if you love the content that we do here, if you love our videos, please use our supporter creator code. It really helps us out, keeps us able to keep doing what we're doing, man. So thank you so much, guys. Okay, so let's get right into it. The Tree of Light, man. This thing has a few different ways that you can build it, but my all-time favorite is got to be the double attack speed, crit rate. This particular build here, I'm using it as element physical right now, just because I think it looks cool, right? I like not having light, not having glow effects on the weapon, and it makes it really good at taking down blasters and takers and propane tanks and all kinds of physical enemies, and it's by no means helpless against element energy or like any elemental type enemies at all, because it's it's an amazing weapon that primarily just completely absolutely screws everybody over, and that is why you really need the double attack speed. I could have went with a crit rate and crit damage if I wanted to do more damage. This thing would definitely do more damage if I was running crit rate and crit damage instead of just crit damage. However, and you might ask, well, why crit damage? Well, 27.5% is enough. My choices are crit damage or damage, and crit damage with a 27.5% crit rate is greater than 30%. It does more damage. So overall, the crit damage is just a better damage output over time, which is why I take it. The double attack speed is essential because this isn't... Okay, so let's get right into it. The Tree of Light, man. This thing has a few different ways that you can build it, but my all-time favorite is got to be the double attack speed, crit rate. This particular build here, I'm using it as element physical right now, just because I think it looks cool, right? I like not having light, not having glow effects on the weapon, and it makes it really good at taking down blasters and takers and propane tanks and all kinds of physical enemies, and it's by no means helpless against element energy or like any elemental type enemies at all, because it's it's an amazing weapon that primarily just completely absolutely screws everybody over, and that is why you really need the double attack speed. I could have went with a crit rate and crit damage if I wanted to do more damage. This thing would definitely do more damage if I was running crit rate and crit damage instead of just crit damage. However, and you might ask, well, why crit damage? Well, 27.5% is enough. My choices are crit damage or damage, and crit damage with a 27.5% crit rate is greater than 30%. It does more damage. So overall, the crit damage is just a better damage output over time, which is why I take it. The double attack speed is essential because this isn't crazy, and then that 60% damage is you're gonna really feel it. It's like, whew, man, it's nasty. So that's what I went with. You could use any element on this at all, though. You're not stuck to any one type. You have a full range of fire, nature, water, physical, or energy. So you can build this sword any way that you want it. You can tune it for whatever specific purpose you have in mind, and it's gonna do great. It's just amazing because this sword is primarily it's a crowd control sword. It's a disabler. This thing is just absolutely amazing. It completely wrecks like everybody, just everybody. Like there's nothing this sword cannot kill. This thing will absolutely decimate everything. It's one of the best CC crowd control weapons in the entire game. You will be pretty much immortal with this, unless you get like completely blasted by like ranged attacks. That's the only thing that can stop this. No amount of physical enemies are ever going to threaten you at all. You're going to just crush. Like the only even big enemies, like 8 swings against a smasher doesn't take that long. That's the biggest weakness for this sword, if it even has a weakness, is not having a lot of targets to hit. If you only are fighting one enemy at a time, especially a really, really big enemy, then you're not going to have as many opportunities to proc the stun, because it's a lot easier to proc the stun when you're hitting multiple enemies at once. When you're hitting one really big target, taking 8 swings to hacking away at them takes a lot longer. But then again, if you're fighting one big enemy, you're not really at risk anyway, because you can just walk around him in a circle and just disable him and beat him to beat the tar out of him until he's toast. So it's not a big deal either. And that's the only weakness that the sword really has. Like, that's not too shabby, right? So yeah, this thing this weapon's a freak show. It is like legit insane damage. The damage is solid. The crowd control makes it so that you have so much time to just deal with the enemies at your leisure. You're going to be so protected, so safe, proccing stuns constantly over and over and over. It takes a huge amount of pressure to actually knock you down. But as soon as you take care of the enemies that are putting you in danger, like you focus on all of the gunslingers first, because they can't miss, right? They're your main targets. You kill the gunslingers, and then everything else is no problem, right? You can just move around, dodge them, get up, run circles around them, hit them, whatever you need to do, just annihilate everything. So the big thing with this one here is you want to make sure that you have a good character that keeps you healthy. Because this is a survival weapon, right? You want to last a long time. The longer you last, the more time you have to crowd control the enemies and just take control of the battle. So naturally, the best character in the universe for this guy, it's going to be the Immortal King, right? The Immortal King is just absolutely like a match made in heaven for this sword. The Immortal King is Survivalist Jonesy. That's the moniker. It's because he's immortal. He basically can't die. His skill set is so well crafted and well synergized that between his armor and his lifesteal and his life regeneration, he just can't die. He's so strong and so tanky and so unstoppable. He just can't die. And that's what he's all about. So you take Survivalist Jonesy. His skill is Survivalist. Eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. So basically, you kill something, you get a heal over time for 3 seconds. If you kill something again, it refreshes it back up to 3 seconds. It just keeps on healing and healing and healing. Sorry, it's 117. I read the standard perk. 117 base health over 3 seconds. So really, really strong. We have Blast from the Past to take away our shields and give us massive 200% bonus health. We activate it by using 2 Dino characters, Paleo Luna, which you get extra melee weapon damage based on how much health you have. This synergizes incredibly well with the double attack speed, because all that matters with her is how often you attack. Your weapon damage has no relevance whatsoever. This does not augment the damage of your weapon. It adds additional damage on top of whatever your weapon was going to do. So if your weapon goes through a bunch of calculations and comes out with this number, she'll just add another number on top of that number. So she doesn't synergize with crit rate. So it's even better, right? It's even better. Like, she's such a perfect match. The modifier that you get is based off of 3% of whatever your current health is. So the more health you have, the more damage you do. Saurian Hide, this is Prehistoric Iz's ability that gives you an extra 33 armor, making you so tanky. So hard to kill. We got Bomb Squad Kyle with his bomb suit, giving you another 22 armor, making you even harder to kill. That means you're rocking around with 55 bonus armor. Amazing. Then we got Arlene Izza rocking the Monster Smash. This increases your life leech based on how much damage you've taken. So if you actually do get in trouble and you start getting really, really injured, this one here, your life leech will start getting stronger and stronger all the way up till you get to a maximum of 15% when you're crippled, which is just insane amount of life regeneration. That is just, man, she's so good. that health regen is going to rock your world. Then last but not, never forget about Whiteout Fiona. She is the queen of swords, man. She gives you that extra 15 crit rate, which is why we got the sword all the way up to, the crit rate that we did. It's because of this. This is the one that enables you to take crit damage as a perk instead of damage, is because she boosts your crit rate to the point where crit damage becomes more important. The higher your crit rate, the more damage crit damage will end up doing. So this is like a dream team build. I use this for all swords, but there are certain swords which just have exceptional synergy with this character, and the Tree of Light is definitely one of them. It is just a monstrous powerhouse ability. Alright guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this review on the totally awesome Tree of Light, man. This sword is so much fun, and it is so strong. You guys are going to absolutely love it. It is definitely worth your time to get this one and to pump your legendary perk ups into, because this one is a total winner, man. Total winner. Awesome, super fun, super powerful sword. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up, ring that little bell so you don't miss a single notification, and as always, leave a comment down below. Show some love. Come say hi. If there's any other videos you'd like me to do, just let me know, and I'll do my very best. Rock and roll, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the VASH Corps. I love you guys forever. Rock and roll. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, yeah!